Hey players, we have breaking news. So former Uvalde School Police Chief Pete Arredondo and one officer have been indicted 2 years after the tragedy that occurred at Robb Elementary School where 19 children and 2 teachers' lives were stolen. Y'all grab your tea, have a seat, let's talk about it. So according to reports, a grand jury has indicted 2 former Uvalde school police officers in the botched law enforcement response to the 2022 tragedy that occurred at Robb Elementary School. Former Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District Police Chief Pete Arredondo and former school police officer Adrian Gonzalez were named in the indictments, which represent the first criminal charges filed in the tragedy. According to Uvalde's District Attorney Christina Mitchell, the 2 officers face felony charges of abandoning and endangering a child, and one of them was expected to surrender later today. Now, family members of the victims have been meeting with the District Attorney's office to discuss the results of the months-long grand jury investigation. And earlier this year, the U.S. Justice Department released a damning report that concluded that law enforcement officers had many opportunities to reassess their flawed response to the horrific tragedy. But instead of reassessing and entering the school to save lives, it took 77 minutes for them to breach the door and make contact with the madman. According to reports, just 2 months before the horrible tragedy, Adrian Gonzalez was the active shooter instructor, and now he's been indicted on these charges. Now, if y'all remember, shortly after the tragedy occurred, Pete Arredondo released a statement through his attorney where he denied being the person that was in charge that day. But when we watched the body camera footage, we saw the officers waiting for instruction from him. Also, him instructing people not to enter the classroom to wait for the body armor. We saw him outside of the classroom fiddling with keys, trying to get in the door that we later learned was not locked. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. The families of the victims have been pushing for charges to be filed in this case. I do not blame them. We all saw that horrible response. We saw the body camera footage. We saw what happened, and someone needs to be held accountable. In my opinion, more people should be held accountable. But I want to know what you all think. Do you think that the charges are fair in this case? Do you think they are charging the correct people? Also, do you feel like more people should be charged, or do you think this is enough? Put your thoughts in the comments. Of course, here at the Black Accurate News, I'm still sending my love and condolences out to the families of the victims of this horrible and horrific tragedy. This is Double D Mother reporting for the Black Accurate News.